Stay Strong in Your Worst Condition, written by George McGee, published by Audible. The Power of Strength in Hard Times. Have you ever felt like everything is falling apart? Like no matter how hard you try, life keeps pushing you down? Maybe you've lost something important, your job, a relationship, or even your hope. The world suddenly feels unfair, and you ask yourself, why is this happening to me? These moments test us the most. But here's the truth. The strongest people in life are not the ones who never faced pain, but the ones who never gave up despite it. Imagine a man walking alone in heavy rain. He has no umbrella, no shelter, and the storm keeps getting worse. He could sit down, cry, and wait for the rain to stop. But instead, he keeps walking. He knows the rain won't last forever. He knows if he keeps moving, he will find a dry place. That's life. Hard times are like storms. They feel endless, but they always pass. The only thing that matters is whether you choose to keep walking or give up. And if you're watching this, you're already taking the first step. You are looking for answers, for strength, for a way to move forward. That means you haven't given up yet. And that's powerful, because strength isn't about never falling. It's about standing up every time you do. But before we go deeper into this journey, I need to ask you something important. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of people subscribe. If you find this message helpful, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel Audible. Your support helps us create more content like this. And please, drop your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear your story. Now, let's begin. Let's uncover how you can find strength, even in your worst condition. Understanding pain. Why struggles make you stronger. Pain. It's something we all experience, yet no one truly wants it. When life throws challenges at us, our first reaction is often, why me? We see pain as something unfair, something that shouldn't be happening. But what if pain wasn't your enemy? What if, instead of breaking you, it was building you into someone stronger? Think about it. Every strong person you admire, every successful individual, every person who carries wisdom in their eyes, they have all suffered. They have all faced struggles that made them question everything. And yet, they emerged stronger. Not because life was easy for them, but because they chose to rise above the pain instead of running from it. Let's take a simple example. Imagine a seed buried deep underground. It's covered in darkness, pressed down by the weight of the soil. If it could feel, maybe it would think, this is unfair. I'm trapped. I don't deserve this. But what happens next? Slowly, the seed begins to push through the soil. It struggles, it stretches, it fights its way up. And one day, it breaks through the surface and becomes a plant, reaching toward the sunlight. The darkness wasn't there to punish it. It was there to prepare it. The same is true for you. The pain you feel today is not there to destroy you. It's shaping you. Every hardship is like resistance in the gym. You don't build muscle by lifting something light and easy. You build it by lifting heavy weights, by pushing through discomfort, by struggling. Your mind works the same way. The struggles you face are shaping your mental strength, even if you don't see it yet. But here's the problem. Most people don't understand this. They see pain as a sign to stop, to give up, to complain. They think, if life is this hard, maybe I'm not meant to succeed. But the truth is, life isn't testing you because you're weak. Life is testing you because it knows you're strong enough to handle it. Think about a blacksmith. When they want to make a sword, they don't just take a piece of metal and call it done. They heat it in fire, hammer it over and over again, shaping it, strengthening it. The fire doesn't destroy the metal. It transforms it. And the same thing is happening to you. Every struggle, every setback, every painful moment is the fire that is shaping you into something stronger than you ever imagined. But let's be real. When you're in the middle of suffering, these words might not bring comfort. When you're dealing with heartbreak, loss, or failure, hearing this will make you stronger doesn't always help. In those moments, pain feels endless. It feels like nothing will ever change. But remember this. Every storm passes. Every dark night turns into morning. And no matter how deep the pain feels right now, it is temporary. Look back at your life. Haven't you already survived things you once thought were impossible? Haven't you already overcome situations where you thought, I don't know how I'll get through this? But somehow, you did? That's proof of your strength. You didn't come this far just to stop now. You didn't fight through your past just to let today's struggles break you. You are still standing. You are still breathing. That means you still have the power to keep going. The question is, how will you use your pain? Will you let it defeat you? Or will you let it shape you into someone unbreakable? Because the truth is, struggle isn't the enemy. The real enemy is how you choose to see it. You can see pain as something unfair, or you can see it as fuel. You can see hardships as a curse, or you can see them as the lessons that will make you stronger than ever before. The choice is yours. And what you choose today will define who you become tomorrow. Building mental toughness. How to control your mind in crisis. There comes a point in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. No matter how hard you try, things don't seem to go your way. The pressure builds up. The stress becomes unbearable. You feel stuck, lost, and exhausted. And in those moments, one thought keeps running through your mind. I can't handle this anymore. But let me tell you something important. The moment you think you've reached your limit is exactly when you need to push forward. Because your mind is far stronger than you think. And right now, it's not your situation that's breaking you. It's how you're thinking about it. Think about this. Two people can face the exact same problem, but one will rise above it while the other will break down. Why? Because it's not the problem that matters. It's how you respond to it. It's about mental toughness. Let's take a simple example. Imagine two men lost in the middle of a desert. The sun is burning hot. They have no water, no food, and no clear direction. Both are exhausted, both are suffering. But one of them keeps walking, keeps looking for a way out, keeps believing that he will find help. The other man gives up, sits down and says, "There's no point. I'll never make it." Now tell me, who do you think will survive? The truth is, your mind is your greatest weapon, or your biggest enemy. The way you think, the way you talk to yourself in difficult times, that determines everything. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who have mastered their minds in the middle of the storm. But here's the problem. Most people let their thoughts control them. They believe every negative thought that comes into their head. When life gets hard, they tell themselves, "I can't do this. I'm not strong enough. This is impossible." And the more they repeat these thoughts, the weaker they feel. But what if I told you that most of these thoughts aren't even real? Your mind is like a wild horse. If you don't take control of it, it will run in all directions, creating fear, doubt, and panic. But if you learn how to control it, if you learn how to direct it, it will take you wherever you want to go. So how do you build mental toughness? How do you take control of your mind when everything around you is collapsing? First, you must train yourself to think differently. Whenever a negative thought enters your mind, challenge it. If your mind says, "I can't do this," stop and ask yourself, is that really true? Or am I just afraid of the struggle? If your mind says, "This is impossible," ask yourself, has anyone ever overcome something worse? If they could do it, why can't I? Second, you must learn to stay calm under pressure. In difficult moments, most people panic. They react emotionally, they make bad decisions, and they let fear control them. But strong people do the opposite. They slow down. They take a deep breath. They remind themselves that no matter how bad things seem right now, they will get through it. Let's look at the best examples: soldiers, firefighters, emergency doctors. These are people who face life and death situations every day. But have you ever seen them panic? No, because they are trained to stay calm, to control their emotions, to think clearly even in the worst conditions. And that's what you need to practice. The next time you're overwhelmed, do this. Pause. Don't react immediately. Take a breath. Analyze the situation. What's really happening? What is the best way to respond? Talk to yourself like a leader. Instead of saying, "This is too much," say, "I can handle this." Instead of saying, "I'm failing," say, "This is just a challenge, and I will overcome it." Your words shape your reality. The way you talk to yourself in difficult moments decides everything. But here's the final and most important lesson. You must stop waiting for life to be easy. If you want to be strong, you cannot live in a mindset of escape. You cannot keep wishing for things to be easier. Instead, you must train yourself to be tougher. A boxer doesn't wish for a weaker opponent. A soldier doesn't hope for an easier war. A climber doesn't pray for a smaller mountain. They train themselves to handle whatever comes. And that's what you need to do. Stop hoping for an easy life and start preparing yourself for a strong life. Because no matter how much pain you're feeling right now, no matter how many struggles are in your way, you have everything inside you to overcome them. Your mind is the key. And once you master it, nothing can break you. Turning pain into power. How to use struggles to your advantage. Life will break you. That's the reality. No matter how strong you are, no matter how much you prepare, there will come a time when you are knocked down so hard that getting back up seems impossible. But here's what most people don't realize. Pain is not your enemy. Struggles are not here to destroy you. They are here to shape you into the strongest version of yourself. Think about it. Every great person you admire, every successful leader, every athlete, every warrior, they didn't become strong by living an easy life. They became strong because they faced pain, they endured struggle, and they used their hardships to build themselves up instead of breaking down. But here's the problem. Most people don't see pain that way. They see pain as something that must be avoided. They think struggle means failure. They believe that if life is hard, then something is wrong. But that's not true. Pain is the fire that forges greatness. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine a piece of iron. If you leave it untouched, it remains ordinary, weak, and fragile. But if you put it through fire, if you hammer it, shape it, and refine it, it becomes a powerful sword, strong enough to cut through anything. The same thing happens to you. If you never go through struggles, if you are never tested, you will remain weak. But if you embrace the fire, if you learn from your pain instead of running from it, you will become unbreakable. Look at the strongest trees in the world. They don't grow in perfect conditions. They grow in storms, in strong winds, in harsh weather. Their roots dig deep because they have no choice. And that's what makes them strong. So the question is, how do you turn pain into power? How do you use your struggles to build yourself instead of breaking down? First, you must change the way you see pain. Most people ask, why is this happening to me? But strong people ask, what is this trying to teach me? Every challenge you face is a lesson. Every setback is a chance to grow, but only if you choose to see it that way. Second, you must learn to endure. When life gets hard, weak people quit. They give up. They look for the easiest way out. But strong people, they keep going. They push forward. They understand that the struggle is temporary, but the strength they gain from it will last forever. Think about a person training in the gym. If they lift the same light weights every day, will they get stronger? No. They need to push themselves. They need to feel the burn, to struggle through heavier weights, to embrace the discomfort. That's how muscles grow. And that's how your mind grows too. The next time you're struggling, remind yourself, this is training. This is not here to destroy you. This is here to build you. And just like in the gym, the more resistance you face, the stronger you become. But here's the final and most important step. You must use your pain to help others. This is where true strength comes from. Most people go through struggles and let it make them bitter. They become angry at life. They become negative, full of regret. But the strongest people, they take their pain and turn it into something meaningful. Look at people who have survived the worst. Those who have faced sickness, poverty, war, or loss. Many of them go on to help others. They share their story. They inspire people. They lift others up because they know what it feels like to be down. That is real power. Think about this. What if your pain is not just for you? What if your struggle is meant to make you strong so you can help someone else? There is someone out there who needs your strength. Someone who is going through what you've already survived. And one day, your story, your endurance, your ability to rise up again will become the light that guides them out of their darkness. So don't just survive your struggles, use them. Turn your pain into wisdom. Turn your setbacks into motivation. Turn your hardships into the reason you keep pushing forward. Because when you do that, nothing can break you. Not now, not ever. The strength to keep moving forward. You have made it this far. That means something. It means that no matter what you've been through, no matter how hard life has hit you, you are still standing. Maybe bruised, maybe tired, but still here. And that is proof of your strength. But the journey doesn't end here. Strength is not something you gain once and keep forever. It's something you build every single day. Just like a fire that needs to be fed, your inner strength needs to be maintained. Otherwise, it fades. So the question is, how do you keep moving forward? How do you stay strong, even when life keeps throwing challenges your way? The first thing you must understand is this: there is no finish line. Many people believe that one day, life will magically become easy. That one day, there will be no struggles, no difficulties, no moments of doubt. But that's not how life works. Struggles will always come, challenges will always appear. But here's the truth: that's not something to fear. That's something to embrace. Because every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Every difficulty is a chance to become even stronger than before. Think about it like this: a river never stops flowing. It doesn't complain about the rocks in its way. It doesn't turn around when the path gets difficult. It simply finds a way forward. Over time, it carves mountains, shapes valleys, and creates landscapes. That is how you must be. No matter what stands in your way, keep flowing. Now, let's talk about something important: your mindset. Most people are defeated not by their circumstances, but by their own thoughts. They tell themselves they're not strong enough, not good enough, not capable enough. But those are just lies created by fear. You must train your mind to reject negativity. When doubt creeps in, replace it with belief. When fear tries to stop you, replace it with action. When life knocks you down, remind yourself, you've been here before, and you got back up. You will do it again. And here's something else: never fight your battles alone. Too many people think that being strong means never asking for help. But that's not true. Even the strongest warriors fight alongside others. Even the most powerful leaders have mentors. Strength is not about doing everything alone. It's about knowing when to lean on others and when to stand on your own. If you ever feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started. Remember the pain you survived. Remember the battles you've already won. You did not come this far just to quit now. And here's the most important thing: don't just survive. Thrive. Too many people go through life just trying to survive. They go through the motions, waiting for the day things get better. But that's not living. That's existing. You must wake up every day with a purpose. Chase your dreams. Work on yourself. Become better, even if it's just 1% every day. Because that 1% adds up. Now, before we end this journey together, I want to leave you with something powerful. The world needs strong people like you. There are people out there who need your strength. Someone is watching you, learning from you, finding hope in your journey. You may not see it, but your strength is inspiring someone else to keep going. So never stop. Keep building yourself. Keep moving forward. And when the next storm comes, don't fear it. Face it, knowing that nothing can break you. And now, before you go, if you found value in this audiobook, if even one sentence in this journey helped you, then do something for us. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of people subscribe. So if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button right now. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning. Stay strong, and never stop pushing forward.